Hey everybody, it's Matt Modi here from Modi Sports Analytics, coming to you on behalf of OddsJam. Just here to bring you another video to detail how you can make money betting on sports. So, if you've seen my videos before, you saw that those are a little more brainlessly, so you really didn't have to think. You could just do the sign-up bonuses or the no-brainer odds boost. So the first one, the sign-up bonuses, and I only looked at 6 of the most popular onshore sports books like DraftKings, Fanduel, all that stuff, and I found 15K just from signing up alone. So obviously you need to make sure that to get that 15K, you need to invest. But if you have the bankroll, that's $15,000 just from signing up and free money from all these sports books. The next one was no brainer odds boost, where I believe I found you over $200 in profit. And this one took a little more effort on your end, but and I'm not saying that to just bet every odds boost, just the no brainer ones. So for example, on Saturday night, DraftKings had Hammer the Over, where every certain number of users bet the over on the Georgia-Clemson game, and the over total dropped. It ended at 0. So all we needed was 1 field goal, and that over hit. Luckily, Georgia and Clemson made us sweat that out because it was a defensive battle. But eventually points were scored, and we made free $25. So that's just make sure you look at those 2 videos to brainlessly make money betting on sports. Today's concept will be more ways to bet on sports, but they will require a little bit more effort on your end, but it's still a guaranteed profit. Again, that's not just a sales pitch. I can go into detail and show you how. But yeah, like I said, guaranteed profit. The first one is called Arbing. Second one is positive EV bets. So only betting on positive EV bets. I'll explain both, and they're also both explained on the OddsJam website. But for this video, I'll go into a little more detail. And before I get started, I just want to highlight how important it is to sign up for the OddsJam product. It pays for itself monthly. You pay the fee, you get access to all their tools, and within a week, I can promise you'll make the money back. Even if you don't have, a huge bankroll, you could use the Arbing Opportunities and the positive EV bets to guaranteed to make money. And that's not even going over middling, which we'll do in another video. So one tool I want to highlight, without giving away the paid customers everything, is I like how they give you odds for every single sports book. So you can customize this for only the ones you have access to. But so for this Cowboys Bucs game on Thursday night, the best odds you can get on the Bucs are minus 340, and the best odds you can get on Dallas looks like Pinnacle at plus 305. So this is perfect. And like I said, obviously you want to make sure that you have access to the ones that you want to make sure that you only look at the ones that you have access to. But I mean, here, FanDuel and DraftKings are 2 of the most popular ones. If you have both, and let's say you just want to bet on Tampa Bay money line, you don't want to risk it. I mean, it would make no sense to bet on DraftKings if you have access to FanDuel, because I mean that's like the 25 points there that you're losing from the same exact bet. So it's important to use this. If you just want to bet on your own, I really think that Tampa Bay is going to win. I just want to bet on them. Well, then use OddsJam to make sure that you get the best odds. So that's one thing I wanted to highlight. So the first concept I want to go over is called Arbing, and it's explained here. Sorry, those are the Arbing Opportunities. It's explained here in the info section. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So Arbing takes a little more work on your end than positive EV bets, but it's a risk-free approach that guarantees a profit. So for example, I'll do 2 different ones. One's using an odds boost and one not. So if you go to the arbitrage page on the OddsJam website, you'll notice that one of the top opportunities is an MMA fight. So one fighter was plus 107, the best odds. The other fighter was plus 100, best odds. So again, they'll give you, I don't want to click the site and then have everybody see what the best Arbing ops are if you don't pay. So that's why I'm doing it here. But just trust me, I'll show you real quickly. Plus 100, plus 107, MMA fight, right? So going back, let me type that in again. Going back to the website. So those are the 2 different odds. Like I said, OddsJam showed you how to bet them. So let's say you want to bet $100, or let's say you want to just see how much the percentage is. So you put in 50, let's see, 1.69% based on the odds. So if you bet the 50 on one side, the total stake is 101. So you bet 101 and you're guaranteed to make $1.75. That might not seem like a lot. And if you have the bankroll, let's up that to 500. Guess what? Now you're making $17. Let's say you have 2,000. You want to bet on that. So your total stake is 4,000. You're making 70. So depending on if you have the bankroll, you can, in one bet, you can possibly make the monthly fee back. The risk, not risk, but the thing in that is because of the low percentages, it accumulates over time, but it's tough to do it at once. And I totally understand if people don't have the bankroll to bet 4,000 on just one bet. Obviously, that's a lot of money. So what I like to do, and what I recommend, not the novice, but the people that don't do this, don't have the bankroll to do, is just bet the odds boost. So, for example, last night, Sunday night, Notre Dame, you were given an odds boost on DraftKings to get them plus 100. They were normally minus 300 something. And the underdog, Florida State, was plus 300. So the max you could do, unfortunately, there was 25, but you're guaranteed to make 1250 and you're only risking 3750. So that's what's an odds boost. So if we're looking at DraftKings, the way to do that is, simple. You look at the odds boost and you look at where a line is boosted. So here, this actually is an Arbing opportunity because I looked into it, but Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run plus 265 from 230. So if you can find odds less than minus 265, that's an Arbing opportunity. And it's the most with odds boost. So what I like to do is, obviously I use OddsJam to look at all the ARB opportunities. But what I also like to do is scan all the odds boosts and then look at the ARB opportunities from there. So that's Arbing. Like I said, it's a risk-free approach. The only thing is that you have to bet both sides. So it can take a little more work on your end, and you have to make sure that you have enough bankroll on multiple sports books to make it profitable. But if you do, then it's brainless. You just make money. So what I like to do personally with Arbing is I calculate how much I make on Arbing a week, and then that'll be, if I a week I don't want to spend too much money, that'll be my bankroll for the week. So like, oh, I made $100 on Arbing. Guess what? I have $100 to spend on NFL Sunday. So that's Arbing. The next one is positive EV. So this one requires a little more math, a little more faith, because it's not a guaranteed profit. It's not a guaranteed win, I should say. It's just guaranteed the profit over time. But basically, positive EV betting is what you need to do is find no VIG fair odds calculator to find out fair odds from a market. So the VIG is referred to as it says here, juice. So essentially, and I can easier for me to show you an example. So if we're looking at NFL, Cowboys and Bucs, the spread is 8 minus 110 each. So essentially, what the DraftKings is telling you is that this is a even money bet. Both teams, we don't really know, so we're just matching the odds. So really, this should be plus 100 as opposed to minus 110. But DraftKings prices it up a little bit, and then they make the difference. So for every $100 better on each side, DraftKings guarantees the profit $10. So which makes sense when you think about it, because if you bet $100 on the Bucs, bet $100 on the Bucs minus 8 at minus 110 odds, you'll profit 90. And then if the next person bets $100 on the Cowboys, they lose that. The DraftKings profits 100. So they make the $10 profit between the 90 and 100. So what you need to do is find sharp sports books like Pinnacle or OddsJam to find the true line. So I was able to find a positive EV bet just looking without even having to think about it. So Washington football team, according to Pinnacle, is minus 103. And this is just looking at DraftKings, not looking at every single one. If you look at DraftKings, they have Washington football team at plus 100. So the true line is minus 103, whereas DraftKings gives it to you at plus 100. So again, that's a minor difference. It's not like the difference between minus 103 and plus 100 isn't a lot, but over time, and the beauty of using OddsJam is that it gives you even higher percentages. But the key is to look at sharp sports books like Pinnacle to find the true line, and then compare that to other sports books. But luckily, if you have the OddsJam paid subscription like I do, I'll just show you a little bit. It gives it to you for free. So it shows you the highest percentage bets, and then it shows you why. So here's Pinnacle, here's OddsJam, and then it shows you books that are above that. So I don't want to show you that page for too long. Obviously, because you need to be a paid subscriber. Oops, sorry, I forgot to share. Let me go back. Anyway, so if I go to the, like I said, I forgot to share my screen, but if you go to the positive EV page, it'll show you the percentage, it'll show you the odds and how they calculated it. But I don't want to show you that for too long because, like I said, you need to be a paid subscriber. But so that is EV betting with the no big fair odds calculator and Arbing. So the positive EV betting, the reason why it said is requires a little bit of leap of faith because, so back to that Washington example, just because Pinnacle has them at -103 and DraftKings has them at +100 doesn't mean that the Washington football team is going to win. So they could lose and then lose your bet. So the key is, one, patience, and two, understand that it's profitable over time. So I believe there's a video out on that Alex about making 400 grand a year. A lot of that is positive EV betting. You just have to be patient with it, and you have to be consistent. So if you use their website, and again, I'll go to this really quickly. Just make sure you match the percentages based on your bankroll. So for every $10, you just add 13%. For this one, you add 13% based on the Arbing opportunity, and you go up from there. If you do that long enough, you will be profitable. But if you want to start off and you just want to guarantee a profit and you don't want to have to worry about having a bad month and losing bets, then just Arb. Like I said, risk-free approach to betting that guarantees a profit. So those are the two concepts I wanted to go over today. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at @Modi_sports. Make sure that you're looking at the OddsJam website. And if you have any questions to them, obviously you can contact them. I'm a big fan. I use it every single day. It helps me make money. I'm hoping it can help you guys make money too. So like I said, if you have any questions, let me know at Twitter at @Modi_sports. Thank you and have a good one.